Hello. Hello, Maurice. Hi, guy. Hi. I've returned. And you're almost correct. I'm back a silver in Valorant. If only. If only. Hello. Happy New Year. I would also say happy holidays as well, but holidays are already past. More relevant to say happy New Year's. How am I? How have I been? I've been pretty good. I've been gone for a while. Yep. You have you had a great holidays? Do, 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 do. Happy Easter. Still got a couple more. Easter's a little farther down the road. Mine was good. Nice. Oh, I almost burped. Hello. So, I've returned. I am back from God, the last time I streamed, I think it was back when Dispatch was coming out, so around mid-November. I was gone for nearly a month and a half. Um some of it mostly for just has been just some downtime in the holidays. Some of it was also stuff going on in my going on in my personal life that I think I needed the to do first and foremost to take care of. But I'm back, and I am gonna be doing. I do plan on not going away for about a month for this year. For this year in particular. So today's stream, there's nothing. I don't really have anything planned per se. This is mostly just me coming back for a short stream, give you some updates of what I've been up to, how my holidays were, and talk about some plans I have for the new year. So first off, for holiday, I guess I can talk about the holidays. I haven't. Yeah, technically I would start with Thanksgiving, but Thanksgiving, yeah, I had lots of food. It was interesting because I had it at my brother's house for the first time. Well, not the holiday, obviously, but like it was his first time cooking or like hosting a Thanksgiving dinner, and it was very best Thanksgiving food. I like see the dinner. So here's what I'll say: Thanksgiving food isn't exactly like my favorites, but I do get excited about like about having some like mashed potatoes. I do like stuffing. Stuffing is great. Mac and cheese, always a staple. But yeah, it was my brother's first time hosting a Thanksgiving, and I'll say this: my brother, he's a procrastinator. And he had like a lot. He he had he had everything ready. It wasn't like a big family gathering. It was just me, my mom. Um, we all are sometimes. Me especially. Um, and then like I think it was his wife's sister's family came over as well, and they had a couple kids running around playing with the animals they have out, and some fun outside. So nothing too big. luckily. But they had it's funny because like they just got a new house pretty recently. I think they've had it for a couple months now, and they're still in the middle of like doing some still doing some renovations here and there. So their oven doesn't particularly work. I don't know the details of it, but it, basically to sum it up, if they were to use their oven to cook the turkey, they probably would have set the whole a part of the house probably would have exploded. Essentially, that's what he described to me. I think he said I think he said there was something to do with not being connected properly with like the propane or something. But oven was out, so they had to get like one of those like big pots that you can like plug it into the side, place it on the counter, and they can like cook cook the turkey that way. Like a kind of like one of those instant pots. So overall though, still food was good. We got it was very nice. It was very quiet. Probably the quietest I would say Thanksgiving, because and that's saying something considering that all the kids went to their room, went outside, so it was pretty quiet in the house. Um everyone all the kids were as we walked in, all of them were watching K-pop Demon Hunters, singing along. My little niece kept singing to it as well. Um eh, I don't I don't mind. It's I was thinking it's a kids it's a kid it's a kids movie. I'm glad. I was thinking about it recently. That well, recently it was about a month, actually, just like now. They we were I was listening to a podcast, and they were talking about this segment where it was specifically because like one they had a guest on who was a father, and he was talking about like getting into like all the stuff he's like hoping to plan to like get his son into, because he's a big game, because he's like a big retro gamer, and all that kind of stuff, and maybe get him interested in sports as well. And then the topic came across to like hobbies and stuff like that, and there's like a lot of hobbies, especially like stuff that I guess like stuff like in this specific example they were talking about Legos, and kids can have fun with Legos, but nowadays it's very much like it's so much of a adult hobby now, especially with how many collectibles there are, collectible sets, and how intricate they are. And that's it's kind of getting to a point where all these nostalgic toys are becoming like collectible items like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, and it's like, damn, what do the kids have? So it is kind of nice to see like new IP that kids can get excited for and grow up and like have these like kind of like cultural phenomenon events like that. I don't know, just something to think about. I swear, I ever since like working with kids and like swimming, I think about this stuff sometimes. I don't know. I don't know if like a 25-year-old should be how I don't know if I'm the strangest 25-year-old to be questioning this stuff. But anyway, I have okay, I'm getting sidetracked here. Going into December now, into Christmas. So Christmas, I went to my sister's place, who lives out of state, where Um, we spent Christmas there. Me and my mom went there. We spent the time for a week. We were cooking. I helped cook some stuff throughout the week. It was my first time cooking for multiple people, so that was exciting. I got to make them carbonara for one night, and then help make chili. All was very delicious. And then I helped out for the day before Christmas Eve. We were our menu. The menu for Christmas Eve was homemade linguine with a homemade pasta with meatballs and marinara sauce. There's seafood salad where you basically get like a bunch of assortment, a bunch of like different like small seafood like crab, calamari, shrimp, and it's basically like an amalgamation with like buttered oil. So good. Then we had smelt, which is just breaded fish. It's like very small, like breaded fish that both me and my siblings, when we were kids, we were not the biggest fans of fish. So during this time, when because usually these are like small pieces, so you make like a big bowl of them essentially, and you fry a lot of them. So when we were kids, our parents, in order for us to get into to give it a try, they would just trick us into saying that it was just breaded chicken. It's a fun little detail. Because I don't think I would have eaten that if I had known it was fish. So we had that. I gotta admit something. I got addicted. I had an addiction during the week. I had a almost 2 week addiction to cookies, particularly the cinnamon snickerdoodle kind. My sister baked a lot of cookies, and that was one of them. I think I ate 75% of them. To a point. Am I sober now? Luckily, I'll say this, today, I was cookieless. I did. Today I was like, you know what? No sweets for me. I'm gonna cold turkey that shit. We're in what's it called? Recovery. The recovery phase. And then what's the other? I haven't gotten the what do they call it? It's like the itch. I don't know. It's blanking me. Anyway, copper pickaxe. How many of them? There was a lot. So basically, usually we bake. For cookies we bake for multiple days. So there's like Christmas Eve, and then like I think the day no, not the day after, or possible, or maybe. Oh, they also make cookies for caretakers that take care of my two nephews while they go off the daycare, or like they are watched. And there was a very funny moment when I was cooking meatballs, and I was like really hankering for one of those cinnamon cookies. And to give you a sense of like how big they are, I don't have a face cam to show you, but if you make like a big circle around, I would say your pointer finger and your thumb, just make it into a circle. They're pretty much that big. Like if you just like try to curve both your fingers into like a C, like they're just that big. I don't know. They were big. Anyway, they had like this and there was like multiple different cookies. There was like we had pistachio, there was like a blueberry flavored one that my sister made from this cookbook. The classic like sugar cookies. What was the other? What were the other ones? Was that it? No, there was a different one. I can't remember. There was definitely like another one that's not coming to mind. But anyway, the cinnamon ones were my favorite. And while I was cooking meatballs, usually I cook them on a saucepan instead of like baking them in an oven. So I have to like stand there and like roll them around for a little bit, and it takes a little bit, and you stand around for a little bit, and I was like, man, I want a cookie right now. So I opened up the fridge, and in there was a box, like one of those like kind of like hook on boxes, similar to like how Dunkin' has like those like small like carry on boxes where like you put like Munchkin donuts in. But this one was like decorative. So I was like, oh, okay, I see one. So I open up and I grab like one of the cinnamon cookies from it. Turns out that was one of the a gift to give for the caretaker of their kids. So when my sister and her husband were going to deliver them to them, you evil soul. I'm on Santa's now. I was on Santa's naughty list for that one. So and it's funny, my sister's like taking them to the caretaker, and she looks in the box, and because like there's like a little window, and she looks in and was like, wait, there's a cookie missing, because these things are big, and she like placed them in like a certain way. So she's looking at so when she goes back, she's looking at my mom. Did you eat one of the cookies in there? And she was like, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. And my sister's just like dumbfounded. I don't know why she didn't like ask me downstairs while I was like downstairs, because she was like so confused. She thought she was going crazy, or like she was hallucinating, that she could have sworn she put a cookie there. So yeah, I mean, I ate a lot. Yeah, I ate a lot of them. The leftovers in the fridge. So yeah, Christmas Eve we had not her family. My sister's husband's family come over. It was fun. They had two loud kids running around playing with all the toys they got. And we watched like a little bit of the one of like the cable networks that had like a Harry Potter marathon going on in the background. It was a nice atmosphere. It was very nice. Christmas morning, we all got together, we opened our gifts. My gifts were mostly kind of gag gifts. So my siblings like to do this thing where whenever we're in our group messaging, we'll usually like say like this is I would like one of you to tell Santa that I am asking for this for Christmas, letting them like what we want for Christmas. And a lot of times they like to say jokingly these random items. I have the picture on I screenshotted the messages on my phone. But it was like my sister was the first one to respond, and she responds, I'd like a pony world peace, and $1 million. And then my brother would respond back, I would like the Batmobile, an emu, and world peace sounds good. So stuff like that. So I don't have like a lot. I don't have like a lot of money to like spend like too grandiose. Not to say that that's the most important thing, but in terms of like crafting, usually I'm more of a crafter. So, but this year like was pretty. But the tail end of this year, money was kind of scarce for me, unfortunately. So I had to and crafting was kind of not becoming an option. So I had to get which I'll get into in a sec. Which, speaking of crafting, I'll get into in a sec. But going back to my siblings, for my sister, I got like a stuffed pony. For world peace, I got her. She really likes puzzles, so I got her like this kind of like this like spherical puzzle where it's like very specific piece shapes, and it's like, and, you know, the picture's like a peaceful world, like that kind of thing, and pieces. Um, and then for the $1 million, I got a large blanket that says $1 million, so they can just wrap themselves up with $1 million bill. I told them that it was straight out of my pocket, and I mean, but unfortunate that that it would be difficult to find a bank that could break such a massive uh $1 million bill. And then I still have tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be going over to my brother's to give his gifts, but obviously for the Batmobile, I gave him a Batmobile Lego set, and then I was able to find a stuffed emu. And for world peace, that one, I essentially just got him like an ornament that was like a world peace. I do kind of regret that. That one I would say is my weakest one for that, because my brother likes to wear like he's the kind of guy that likes to wear like stereotypical like dad shirts that has like a funny tagline. Um, so kind of wish I got him like a shirt that kind of had that. And then the last gift I had to give was to my mom. And going back to the crafting, because that was a bit of a half lie I said, where I didn't have enough for craft enough stuff to craft, enough money to like get crafting supplies. Luckily um I did luckily had to get new paints, because the gift I was going to give her was this big painting that she had wanted me to make for a couple years now, because where she works, she has this like this other picture hanging in her office that she doesn't really like, and she wants and she wanted me to make something. And while I was in school, it was hard to like find the time to like get to paint some to find time to paint it, because it's like it's a pretty big canvas. But luckily while I will say the limited hours of work that I was able to get for this tail end of the year was pretty sad, was a bit of a downer. Luckily I had enough time to it gave me time to like work on that, and she loved it. It was like a very abstract piece. I don't think I have a picture of it. Well, hang on. I don't have a picture of the painting, but I do have an image of the concept art that I did on my iPad. Let me get that real quick to see if I can like pull it up. Because I believe, yeah, if I just like downloaded on my drive. I could probably pull it up. There were some other pieces. There were some other personal pieces I was able to do. I was able to do on the tail end of the year as well. That I'm glad I got done. JPEG. Send it to Drive. Send it to my Drive. I don't want untitled artwork. I want mother present. Upload. Maybe I can pull up. I could probably also share the other pieces that I got done as well. Oops. Forgot I had the website up on here. Did you get anything good this year? I got Sprite Cranberry. A lot of it. Did LeBron deliver it to you? Yes, I'm addicted. We both had our addictions. Now you gotta sober up now. Where did I just put, there we go. Yeah, I think that's fine. All right. How do I do? I never. Maybe a window. I got 5 boxes. I'm drinking it all. 5 boxes? Jesus. Oh, that's not it. Let's see. Maybe display. Ah, here we go. Yeah, I could probably like bring this up a little bit. Oops. Okay. I need to check. Okay. Yeah, so this is essentially the concept art that I had. She wanted something, like I said, she wanted something abstract. So I essentially just looked at a bunch of images of like this artist I follow. What's his name? Kim Kiever. And he essentially drops acrylic paint into like a water tank, and it makes like these really cool plumes of color and stuff like that, which I really like. So this was like I looked at a bunch of reference images from his socials and picked some of the plumes that I liked, and kind of would just sketch out them to see which forms I would like. And I think it came out good, the painting itself. I'll also show some other 3 other pieces I just got done this year that I'm really proud of. Very much like landscape. They involve with a story I'm working on, a long form series, that hopefully someday I'll be able to bring into the light of day. So we got this one right here that I got inspired from, just at least like the frame from uh like kind of like old, like retro game game covers. I think it's because I've been I think it's because after like Final Fantasy, I just had like the just like that itch. This I think I finished this after I completed Final Fantasy 6. Yeah. So, I got a little inspired from it. The next thing, um that was the main character of that was the main character and like a friend of hers in that image. The other one, what's it called? The other one, I think I finished this one first. The first one I showed was the second thing I finished, and then this is the third, not the third, second one. It's a Shadow remembers. He'll always remember. But yeah, it's like a little it's kind of like this little area where it's like this revolution group kind of like took over this abandoned like this ruined temples and essentially like established it as their base. And there's like a whole thing where this ca- uh this character facing us, she's defecting because there may be some not so good things happening in this army that she probably doesn't want to be a part of. And the whole concept of this was, and I don't think I'm gonna have this if the story ever gets published someday, but she was essentially gonna fight this dude behind her in like a duel, kind of like Agni Kai style from like Zuko versus General, what's his name? It's from like the first season, that with that weird general, kind of like something like that, where where they were like where they couldn't leave the island, but they had to like fight the guy in a duel to grant them passage away. Yeah. All right. Next and the last one was let me see. What did I label this? What did I label the other one? C. This one. Yeah, and this is the last one. Basically, this whole city is powered by these emeralds, and they're basically like all around, collecting like their energy source to like power this whole like skyscraper-esque city that I got inspired from BioShock. And there's like the whole city down there is like, there's like a whole like under city where they're like they're there's like a whole like undercity, there's like layers to it. Yeah, I was happy how it turned out. I could have maybe do more work on like the underbelly city, or as I like to think of it, hell, because it does look like burning hell. And this one, I don't want to add a comment. This one, there's like a little story with one of the main characters, one of the cast members as well. Basically, it's just like this little turd here was gonna do some no good but this guy who's her older brother comes in and basically knocks the dude's lights out before he could do anything, and they're just like kind of embracing. They're kind of like, and he's like comforting her from like this like kind of traumatic experience. So yeah, that's a little story in there. I like the lighting I did on here, especially in the background where you can see like how you can see like the tower, all the towers in the distance with all the clouds and stuff, where you can really get a sense of scale. So yeah, that was so yeah, those were my little drawings that I did beforehand. More to come, especially when I do more drawing streams. Very good. Thank you. What else? What else did I talk about? I did Christmas. Talked about Christmas. Had a fun time with my sisters. And then New Year's, I spent my New Year's Eve over at a friend's place where we all got together. We watched the last episode for Stranger Things, which I enjoyed the ending. I know a lot of people right now are kind of scathing it right now, but I think I don't know. I think it's too much. I feel like it was a fitting ending. I think my favorite aspect of it, I don't know if you watched it, but I won't give too much away. But I think my favorite thing about it is that the ending had like a proper like epilogue after like the whole after they save everyone. It's not too haven't seen it. I don't mind spoilers. So essentially, um to give like a bare bones of like what's going on, is that like basically um everyone's get together to defeat the big bad, and a lot of people um view the end the battle as pretty anticlimactic. I feel like that's what everyone is kind of like disappointed about, and not anticlimactic that like it didn't like make any sense or anything like that. I think like they hit the right notes, but I guess like people were expecting something big. It did feel a little bit on the shorter end, I feel, and I think they just had such a big cast. It's with such like a big cast, it's hard to like kind of conclude. Every character got their proper conclusions, but it's hard. But I think like people were kind of struggling like with people having like certain characters having like the a proper amount of screen time, which I can understand that. I wasn't really bothered by it, but I think, and the last episode is like 2 hours long, and that whole section defeating the main villain takes up the hour, and then the rest of the hour is an epilogue, which I appreciated. I feel like a lot. I feel like a lot of stories like that, especially Stranger Things, that's been around for like when did it come out? 10 years ago. 10 years ago now, with 5 seasons, and it's very like such like a big, such like a somewhat a pretty decently long series that's been around for a long time. I appreciate that it gave us time to just like spend time with these characters, because I feel like a lot of stories that go on for this length don't really do that. I feel like epilogues are just such a great way to end off such a long running series like that, in my opinion. But overall, I liked it. It had the show itself. I enjoyed it. It had parts where it dragged on some characters that I just wasn't really care for at all, but I think the highs definitely. I think the highs of the show definitely say make it all worth it. And it's awesome, and it's so awesome. So yeah. And the rest of my friends enjoyed it as well, and we got to reflect on it. And then, yep. Then we watched the ball drop. Next day, New Year's Day, I hung out with them for a little bit longer. Went to the mall. My friend accidentally like dropped his phone into the snow, and just out of bad luck, it like fucked up his screen. He could turn it on, but like tapping everything, the tapping on the screen, it wouldn't like receive him touching it. So we had to go to the mall to get like get a to have someone help out with him. That we walked around the mall for a little bit, look at the Lego section again, because they have. Hold on, I gotta give praise to their home real quick. They have such a cool living room and like space. It's like fandom heaven. If you like, they love their franchises, and they basically have like dedicated sections to all the franchises they love. So without like giving like who's into who, like there's uh collectibles for like Doctor Who, Labyrinth, Phantom of the Opera. There's Marvel. There's like Harry Potter. My friend Jaina, she's really into like what's it called, Corpse Bride, and like Timber and stuff like that. And it's all, and they're like they collect like a bunch of like physical like DVDs of movies and stuff like that. And have this big, and just have this like massive shelves of like DVD collections, and so much like nerd culture that's just so fun to be in. They have such a cool living room setup, and they got like a LED lights on the back of the TV, like the kind that like changes color depending on what's on screen. It's so cool. Yeah, I love going to their new place. They moved in there last year, and was able to get some really cool stuff in it. And I love going there. It's fun. And yeah, and then I drove back home, and now I'm prepping for what I'll be doing for this year. So this year, will I will I'm kind of I'm thinking about taking this streaming into more, not like serious, maybe more serious isn't really what I'm thinking, but more consistent, I would say. Siri, I didn't ask for you, I said serious. Consistency as in more times like drawing on stream, gaming, 8-hour streams every day coming soon. Well, I don't know about 8 hours. Maybe for like certain days, probably. Maybe if I get that itch to play more Final Fantasy, probably, maybe. But I wanted more drawing streams. I want to get used. Yes, I confess, I may confess, I do not. I am still learning Clip Studio. I may not be the master that I claim to be. But I want to do more of that. I want to do some like little studies here and there, and just like do some like little chat, and doing some chatting here and there. In terms of games, I I'll still be gaming. I like to have like I still would like to have variety. So while I'll do some draw, so I'll probably start the stream for I'll probably start streams with like drawing, maybe with drawing, and then like get into some games as well. Some games later in the day. Bird Game 3. We'll play Bird Game 3. Yes. Um but yeah. But yeah, there's that. I'll be coming up on, while it has been on and off, I'll be coming up on a year into streaming. It'll be coming this February, on my birthday. Yes, yes. My first stream was on my birthday. It was definitely because I wouldn't forget. So I'll think about something to do for that. But otherwise, no big plans obviously, but definitely going for consistency is what I'll be aiming for. The 19th. Yes, have I mentioned this? Maybe I mentioned it on stream. Oh wait, I think I did. Yeah, I did mention this. Yep, I will be turning 26. I am a 2000 baby. So yeah, and then so that's the streaming side of it. There is a new contest for one of the manga publishers that I'll be making a new submission for. They'll have that. I also, some other like resolutions, I want to limit having like background noise while I'm working, especially with drawing and stuff like that, or with like projects that I will be having. I recently like, speaking of another cold turkey I did, got rid of my my earbuds, my travel earbuds that I listen to music to, just as a way to like stop having music in the background while I work, trying to like really think on something while having something else in the back. Crazy? I know, it's crazy. It's actually like whenever I go on walks, I'm like, the world is now my soundtrack. Now I have to listen to music in my car, or even at like time. But getting used to that. I think the one big hurdle would probably be YouTube. I love having YouTube in the background. I have to get used to that. I'm basically just trying to find balance. That old like saying. I also want to work out. Go to the gym more, work on cardio. That's definitely something. I think, what else have I thought about? Oh, sketchbooks as well. I want to draw more in my sketchbooks, because lately I've been drawing too many digital stuff. And maybe a little teaser. You might see some sketchbook streams maybe in the near future. But you didn't hear it from me. But yeah. You can predict anything. You can predict all you want. I love keeping secrets. You don't even know the stuff. You don't even know the other stuff I haven't even said. But anyway, there's that. there any other resolution? Revolution? What other resolutions do I have? I think just overall, just wanted to put. I think I just want to put myself out there a little bit more. I think I'm getting to a point now where I kind of need some kind of change, and like to really go for the goal, really go for life goals that I want to achieve. To make publish my own stories, maybe at some point get my own maybe have like a series I want to work on, my own manga series that I would like going, and who knows, maybe even see a community grow on this, where we can all just hang, chill, draw, play some games. A nice little escape from the craziness of the world. I'm the OG for when that happens. Yes, you will. Yes, you will be, Maurice. But yeah, that's sort of my my very vague goals for 2026. Looking forward to it. And yeah, that's kind of it. Where are we at? I said this was going to be a short stream, about like almost an hour. That's good. It's kind of what I was aiming for. I don't really have any resolutions. Think of some resolutions right now. Right now. Send it. Send it right now. Make more friends. Nice. All right. Very valid resolution. Remake actual friend group. Yeah, but that's about it. This stream was mostly to be say that I'm back, update what I've been up to, what's in store for 2026. Now I gotta go make like a little video for my resolutions, because last year I did a little video to like tell myself what I do for 2025, which I haven't seen yet. I haven't revisited it yet, but yeah, I'm gonna make the second one. Make it a little. It's like a little tradition I do, but that I'm doing, that I started last year, and I'm gonna continue it. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks for stopping in, chatting for a little bit. I'm gonna head out. I gotta fold my clean laundry and also clean my bed. But yeah, I'll be back Monday. For a drawing stream and maybe a game. And I'll see you later. Have a good night. Bye bye.